Your AI agent is forgetting everything the second you close the chat, and you're paying for it every single time. I'm not talking about a bug. I'm talking about the way these tools are designed, and most people just accept it. They re-explain their project. They repaste their context. They repeat themselves every single session. I spent weeks fixing this for my own setup, and today I'm breaking down 4 methods from stupid simple to genuinely powerful that give your OpenClaw agent real, persistent memory. The last one, almost nobody knows OpenClaw can even do this. Let's get into it. The default setup dumps everything into one massive memory file, which confuses the agent and bloats your API bill. So here's the deal. When your agent reads one giant file for every request, you burn through tokens and the bot gets confused. Most people just seem to kind of accept this. They repaste context and re-explain their project. They waste tokens, repeating themselves in every single session. But it doesn't have to be this way. Today, I'm going to show you 4 methods to give your OpenClaw agent real persistent memory, from the dead simple to the seriously powerful. And the last method is one that most people don't even know that OpenClaw is capable of. Before we get into the methods, let's quickly understand why this is a problem in the first place. OpenClaw agents, and really any LLM-based agent, operates within a context window. Think of it like short-term memory. Whatever is in that window the agent can see, but the second a session ends, that window closes. The context of that conversation is gone. Now, for a one-off conversation, that's fine. But if you're using OpenClaw the way it's meant to be used as an ongoing collaborator, a coding partner, a research assistant, you need to remember things between sessions. Things like what project you're working on, your preferences, decisions you've made already, data it's already gathered. So here are 4 ways to solve this, starting with the one you can set up in about 60 seconds. Method 1 is the simplest, and honestly, it's underrated. These are structured memory folders. So here's the idea. You create a dedicated folder structure in your project directory or wherever your agents operate, specifically designed to store contexts that persist between sessions. I like to set mine up with a main memory folder at the root level, then a projects folder in the agent's workspace. Inside that, a project context folder with files like goals.md, decisions.md, and current status.md, then a preferences folder with coding style.md and communication preferences.md, and finally a knowledge-based folder with research notes.md and reference.md. Now here's the key. You don't just create these folders. You instruct the agent to use them in your custom instructions or system prompt. You tell your OpenCloud agent at the end of every session, update the relevant files in the memory folder. That's it. That's the whole trick. Now, is this sophisticated? No. Is it vector database with semantic search? Absolutely not. But here's why I love it. 1, it's totally transparent. You can open those markdown files and see exactly what your agent remembers. No black box. 2, it works with any LLM provider, Anthropic, OpenAI, local models. It doesn't really matter. It's just files. And 3, you control the structure. You decide what's important enough to remember. And that kind of intentional memory design actually leads to better results than just dumping everything into a database and hoping the retrieval will work. For most people, especially if you're just getting started, this is method 1. Method 2 is something a lot of people don't realize exists, or they try it and it doesn't really work and they don't understand why. Let's clear this up. OpenClaw has a built-in memory search function called memory search. It's designed to let your agent search through stored memories, past conversations, save context, things you've told it to remember. And when it works, it's slick. You can say, remember that I prefer TypeScript over JavaScript. Or remember that the database schema uses unique primary IDs as keys. And later, your agent can search for and retrieve those memories. But, and this is the part that trips people up, memory search requires the OpenAI, Gemini, or Voyage API to function, and it's turned off by default. So you need to enable it. It doesn't work with your Anthropic key, and I'm going to say that again because I get questions about this constantly. Memory search uses OpenAI, Gemini, or Voyage's embedding models under the hood. So if you're only running Anthropic's Claude as your LLM provider, which, let's be honest, a lot of OpenCloud users are, memory search will silently fail or just not work at all. You won't always get a clear error message. Your agent will just not remember things and you'll be sitting there wondering what you did wrong. So here's what you need to do. Even if Claude is your primary model for conversations, you need an OpenAI API key, a Voyage API key, or a Gemini API key configured in your OpenClaw setup specifically for the embedding layer that powers memory search. Go into your OpenClaw settings, find the API configuration section, and make sure you have a valid OpenAI API key, Voyage API key, or Gemini API key. It doesn't have to be your main model. It's just used for the embedding and search functionality behind memory search. Next, tell OpenClaw to enable memory search and to use the model you added. Once that's in place, memory should work as expected. Your agent can now store and retrieve memories with natural language queries. Now, the cost on this is minimal. Embedding calls are very cheap. We're talking fractions of a cent. So don't let the "I need another API key" thing scare you off, but you do need to know. It's a requirement because nothing in the UI really tells you this up front. If method 1 was the manual but reliable approach, method 2 is the built-in but needs proper setup approach. This will be a great solution for most users once you're clear that you need those specific API keys in order for it to work. Okay, now we're getting into the more complicated but more comprehensive solutions. Method 3 is for those of you who want real persistent intelligent long-term memory, and it comes from a third-party plugin called Mem0. Mem0 is purpose-built to solve the exact problem we've been talking about, and it does it in a way that's honestly kind of elegant. The plugin is called OpenClaw Mem0, and here's what it does in plain English. It adds long-term memory to OpenClaw agents. Your agents forget things between sessions, and this plugin fixes that by automatically watching conversations, extracting what matters, and bringing it back when relevant. Let's break down what's happening under the hood, because this is where it gets pretty cool. Mem0 uses vector search. If you're not familiar, a vector database stores information not as exact text matches, but as mathematical representations of meaning. So when your agent needs to recall something, it's not doing a keyword search, it's doing a semantic search. That means if you told your agent 3 weeks ago, our client prefers a minimalist design approach, and today you ask about design direction, Mem0 will surface that memory even though you use completely different words. The plugin works by doing 3 things automatically. Step 1, it watches every conversation you have with your OpenClaw agent. Mem0 is observing in the background. Step 2, it identifies the information that actually matters, preferences, decisions, facts, project details, and then stores them as vector embeddings. Step 3, at the start of each conversation, or whenever context is relevant, it pulls back the right memories and injects them into your agent's context, and it does this all automatically, no manual work from you. So compare this to method 1 with structured folders. You decide what to save and you design the retrieval. With Mem0, the system is doing the heavy lifting for you. Now the trade-off is that it's a third-party dependency. You're adding a plugin, you're potentially sending data through Mem0's infrastructure. So read their privacy docs if that matters to you. And like any automated system, it might occasionally surface irrelevant memories or miss something you wanted it to catch. But for most users who want to set it and forget it, memory solution. Mem0 is the move. Once it's installed and configured, you literally just use OpenClaw normally. Mem0 handles the rest. Have a conversation today, close the session, come back tomorrow, and your agent actually remembers what happened. Alright, method 4. This is the one I'm the most excited about, and it's the one almost nobody is talking about. You can ask your OpenClaw agent to store dense, structured information in a SQLite database, which it natively has access to. So, let me say that again. OpenClaw can natively read from and write to a SQLite database. You don't need a plugin, you don't need an extra API key, it's just there. Why is this a big deal? Because methods 1 through 3 are great for conversational memory, preferences, decisions, general context. But what about when you're working with dense, structured data? Think about hundreds of API endpoints you need documented, a product catalog, customer records, research data with dozens of fields, financial figures across multiple quarters. Markdown files will fall apart with that kind of data. Vector search is great for fuzzy retrieval, but sometimes you need exact queries. Show me every API endpoint that uses POST and requires authentication. That's a SQL query, and SQL is really good at that. Here's how this works in practice. You say to your OpenClaw agent, I need you to create a SQLite database to track all the API endpoints in our project. Store the endpoint path, HTTP method, authentication requirement, rate limit, and a description for each one. Then your agent will create the database, define the schema, and start populating it. You can then query it naturally, like how many endpoints require authentication. Show me all get endpoints related to user management, and your agent translates that into SQL, runs it, and gives you the answer. Now here's where it gets really powerful. You can combine this with the other methods. Use structured folders for high-level project context and preferences. Use Mem0 for conversational memory between sessions, and use SQLite for any dense structured data that needs precise querying. That's a full memory architecture. Your agent has short-term memory from the context window, medium-term memory from Mem0 and memory search, and a long-term structured data store in SQLite. You've essentially built a brain. And because SQLite is just a file, a single DB file, it's portable, it's persistent, and it survives session resets. You can even version control it if you want. The key thing to understand is this: you're not limited to one memory method. The best OpenClaw setups I've seen use 2 or 3 of these together, each handling a different type of information. Okay, so let's bring this all together. 4 methods, each with a sweet spot. Method 1, structured memory folders, best for getting started fast. Full transparency, works with any LLM. Method 2, memory search, best for quick natural language recall with OpenClaw. Just remember, you need an OpenAI, Gemini, or Voyage API key, even if you're using Claude. Method 3, Mem0 plugin, best for automated long-term conversational memory with zero maintenance. The set it and forget it option. And method 4, SQLite database, best for dense structured data that needs precise queries. This is the power user move. My recommendation is to start with method 1 today. Takes about 5 minutes, then add Mem0 or SQLite depending on your use case. And make sure memory search is properly configured with the correct API key. If you made it this far, you now have a memory architecture most people building with AI agents don't even know exists. Here's the move. Start with method 1 today. Seriously, it takes 5 minutes and it'll immediately make your agent more useful. Then layer in Mem0 or SQLite once you know what kind of data you're dealing with. The agents that actually help you, they're not smarter, they just remember better. If this clicked for you, drop a comment telling me which method you're trying first. And if you want my exact folder structure and system prompt templates from method 1, I put them all in the description. Subscribe if you want more of this. I don't do surface level. See you in the next one.